So the search begins. I suppose everybody starts off like this probably. This is Yacht World on the internet, and it's literally just one of loads of different sites that show loads of different boats. In fact, many of the sites cross over. You'll find the same boats on different sites. So it's a matter of figuring out what you're looking for. In our case, we're looking for a sailboat. So you put that in first. So yeah, you narrow it down to cost, you narrow it down to the size of boat you want, the kind of facilities on the boat you need, and so on. I got a bit of advice once from an old sailor. He told me when you're buying a boat, you should buy the smallest boat that'll do you. So the boat search continues. What I found as I scroll through the internet looking at yachts is that the cost of the yacht is mostly related to the year it was built and the size of the yacht. Some of the older boats, if they've been cared for, if they haven't been in charter, if they've been updated regularly, the charter boats, generally speaking, if they're up and running and being chartered, they are in perfect condition because they have to be. People are hiring them to go on their holidays a week, 2 weeks in the summer. They want to be damn sure that the thing isn't going to let them down in the middle of it. So the engines to be properly serviced. Generally speaking, the sails are in good condition. They would have sun awnings and biminis, spray hoods. All of that would be in place. They almost universally would have electric windlass for the anchor, so there's no hauling anchor up or anything like that. You'll see a lot of older boats, and people can be very snobby about the boat models. They love their older models and the classic lines and designs. But when you get into them, they're smelly fuckers. They've got small bedrooms, bunks. They're just not laid out nice. Whereas the newer ones, the mass production boats, they've got more volume inside. Nice, beautiful saloons, lounges, couches, nice little fitted kitchens, and usually 2 or 3 bedrooms, 3 or 4 bedrooms, laid out nicely with ensuite heads available to them, nice little chart tables. And these boats are built for people on holidays, people travelling maybe for a few months, down in the Mediterranean, down in the Caribbean. So what you're doing is island hopping, where you're going from one bay to the next. You're not making long passages. You can make long passages in these boats. You check your weather. Again, I think what we're looking for is more like a holiday boat. For myself and Jared and Benny, we intend to be island hopping, bay hopping, nice easy life. This will be our 4th boat. Our boating career began long time ago. We bought a little weekender on the Shannon in Ireland, a boat called the Ripple. It was a Viking 21. It was a cabin cruiser with a 10 horsepower engine, and we used to putt around the place on the weekends, and then you could sleep on it. It had a little dining area. It had a heads. But it was small. Cheap and cheerful. I think at the time I paid something like €4,000 or something like that for it, and I sold it like 5 years later for €4,000. There is a kind of a limit in value that they can run to. They don't go below anything else, as long as you maintain the boat, you know. Sometimes in actual fact old boats improve in value, obviously, if you change, you can put new sails on it or change the engine or something like that. Our second boat was a motorboat. It was a little 4-seater thing. For all intents and purposes, it was a car on the water. Big, it had a 75 horse engine, so it used to go like the clappers. It was a Sabre, red leather seats. You know, it was like a Capri on the water. Very nice. Again, we used to haul that around the place. The beaches, go away on weekends for it. After that, the bug was in, I suppose. I did a few sailing courses in Cork and Kinsale, and did my competent crew. Geraldine did her competent crew, and then I did my day skipper after on a separate course, which gave me my ICC license, which allows me to charter boats. So then, every couple of years, really, like we'd charter a boat. We were numerous places, weekends, short weeks mostly, and then a couple of years ago, we went to Phuket, and we chartered Lagoon 42, catamaran, absolutely superb. Catamarans, people say, it's not really sailing, and they don't sail as well as bollocks. They sail fantastically. It's like having an apartment on the water. You have all the comforts, and they do sail. They do sail. Last year we had in the Caribbean, we had a Lagoon 380, and that thing was faster than any monohull I've ever been on. She got from A to B, no problem. Okay, so I'm going to show you a short list. I've been strolling through the net for weeks now. I'm compressing this for you so it won't be too boring. And I've made a short list of some boats. So I'm going to show you those photos, see what you think. This is the way you would go about buying a boat. Once you've got your short list and you like the model, if the boats are local, obviously you're going to have gone to see them. Of course you are. But if they're not, a lot of the boats nowadays you're looking at are international. You're looking at boats down in Croatia, in Greece, Italy, France, Spain, Portugal, the United Kingdom. I'm not looking at boats across the pond because that's just not going to happen that I would travel to look at a boat. So you're looking at boats that you're a flight away from if you want to get down and check them out. So you make your short list based on price initially, I suppose. Initially, price and size. You want to get in your head a minimum size of boat for the comfort that you require. Make your short list. If you can't get down to Croatia to see the boat, obviously, if you find a local boat that's the same model, you're not buying it, but go see it. Walk around it, make a little video of it, get a feel for the size and the model, and you won't be long narrowing down what you like. For me at the moment, it's very simple. I'm looking at Benettos and Bavarias mostly. Dufour, we had a Dufour before. In actual fact, our last boat was the Sophie, was a Dufour 290, which we had here in Portugal, and we used to do a lot of day sailing on it. That's why Greece is so popular. That's why the Caribbean is so popular. South of France, any place that has islands, the Balearics, beautiful sailing grounds, and obviously fantastic because you can change the scenery every few days into one port for a night or into a harbour, drop your anchor, in for the dinner, have a few sundowners. Sounds amazing, doesn't it? Anyway, this is the plan. Let's see what happens next.